And we're on. Oh my goodness. Welcome into Martin Luther King Jr. birthday. His actual birthday, January 15th, 2020. And I hope to actually do some ceremonial. But yeah, this is Brother RA on Unsurpassable Justice. And yeah, we had Girlfriend on last week. And once you hit that YouTube button, you come on up here into the host of shows. And it looks like we had 4 views from my programming, but on that particular show, looks like there was 36 views last week with Sister Ray dealing with electromagnetic energy and relaxation. Well, this is Brother R.A. this week, and 1 minute in, the center of the week. And I'm going to do this because I can. Make sure you understand your energy and your chi. And this was actually, this comes up out of the ground. And you use your internal divine infinite self when you understand that you're on the 3rd planet away from the sun and you are a child of the sun, and you have to learn to operate on the frequency of the sun. We're talking about electromagnetic energy. Not only that, but a frequency, sunlight. And as a child of the sun with some sunlight, and you're learning to take it in, do you activate all of who you are as a divine energy? And so the notes, what was this? Today is the 15th, and yesterday was the 14th. Oh, Master Heej's son, Dow, yesterday was his birthday, the day before Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday. And just know this about yourself. You have 206 bones. You have either 230 joints or 360 joints, depending on how you count the ears. Some folks don't consider what's in your ear a joint. And know this, too. You have 75,000 miles of veins and arteries in your body. That's twice around the planet. The 3rd planet away from the sun. And know this too. There are 656 muscles, but there's 8 pounds of skin. That's equal to 22 square feet of skin. The largest organ of the body. Do you breathe through your skin? Centering myself as that number one, reaching the higher levels of relaxation within my self as a Tai Chi student or one who practices meditation and movement. And as I wrote yesterday on 1/14/2020, when I was high, I came up with the mindset of I'm putting significance behind the meaning of melanin dominant with a liquid pineal gland. I touched the herb. The herb came up out of the ground. Now, as your feet are settled on the ground, are you opening up the nerve endings and receiving the core of the third sphere away from the sun through the balls of your feet to your heels and all the way to your bone marrow and your skin, each one of your pores? Now, with that thought in mind, I'm thinking of Mother and Father Nature, one with the verse, slow and still. 107 into the program. A child of the sun, divine energy. And so, 100 years of NFL, and we had some black quarterbacks. Why are we just now accessing the potential of a melanin dominant individual as the one who calls the plays and either hands the ball off or throws the pass? Why is it after 100 years, now we had, 3 or 4 black quarterbacks make it into this playoff season. And a black quarterback has what? The tenacity to not only do the Bradshaw stand still. Okay, I'm looking. Okay, there he is. Throw the ball. But you have little young Patrick Mahomes talking about ready, set, hut, and he's wet in the backfield, and he's running, and he can flip the ball as a that's not a pass when you flip it. This is a pass according to the rules. So he's running and he's throwing. Have we been robbed all these years, 111 into the show? Have we been robbed of great entertainment by those in charge of the media? Who am I? I ain't nobody. I will accept my role and responsibility as Father Nature. And as that child of the sun, being melanin dominant, I was the one that inbred in the North Pole and had a child that I was embarrassed of, and I left it out in the woods, in the North Pole, a melanin recessive, inbred mutant. It's a mutation of me. It's not exactly like me, Father Nature. It's a mutation of me. And even the wolf had sense enough to realize to say, hey, that's a little baby. It needs assistance. It needs help. It should, it can't raise itself. Now, what is the logic of my melanin recessive inbred mutant albino child? What is today? The middle of the week at 1:13. Oh, it's Dr. Reverend Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday. And did I make reference to Betty and Coretta last week? Malcolm and Martin's mindset? And so, we'll give you the holiday for your husband, but we'll just make it the third Monday of January. Now, have I been discussing balance? Yin and yang? And so after watching Betty and Coretta show, and who are you? And what is your role and responsibility? What's your functionality? You as a human, hue, color, human being, whether you're black or white. And so Betty and Coretta, they both got their husbands killed, and they both were still advancing the consciousness. And I grew up in that era. And who am I? Oops, 1:15 into the show. I'm not supposed to talk. I'm supposed to be replaying what, how did I say, last year in 2019. I was going to try to deal with my ancestral roots. Nana and Pup are already on YouTube, but I wanted to get to Grammy and Nana with Alzheimer's watching herself, and my father's interview and my mother's interview. But I'm running my mouth on unsurpassable justice, having grown up in that era. Wait a minute. This 2020, what the fuck is going on? Niggas are still getting bought and paid for. I want that quarterback right there. Play for my team so I can win the 100 and NFL champion with a big brown ball at the top of the statue. But it's all gold. I am putting significance behind the meaning of what it means to be melanin dominant with a liquid pineal gland. So after watching Betty and Coretta, I'm talking about my melanin recessive inbred mutant albino media, where the consciousness is limited and all within the frame. And Betty and Coretta, then I ended up watching Winnie Mandella. Winnie Mandela, oh, Nelson Mandela, free South Africa. I would love to show you some clips but, you know, with YouTube and copyright infringement, I can't show you the synchronicity of the dancing of the melanin dominant people. Crowds and crowds of melanin dominant people, and everybody wanting to quote unquote be free. So I, as Father Nature, am like, no, I'm not asking for my fucking freedom. 118. What does that 8 represent? A circle above a circle. So what is meditation and movement? What is Tai Chi? Who am I? With my spine connected into my pelvis. And moving slowly and gently, tapping into a little bit more than what I've been shown in the media or taught. I can't expect my mutant of a child to teach me this shit. So seek and ye shall find. Knock and the door shall be open unto you. Moses heard God say, I am that I am. Now who was Moses listening to? A black man after y'all just got celebrating a virgin's birth? I'm sorry. I'm taking Malcolm and Martin's message to a different aspect, a different purview, a different way of, wait a minute, my brothers had suffered 400 years of psychological enslavement. Now the next 2 videos I have here, which one should I talk about first? Superfly or Gods of Egypt? I'm going to put a bookmark there, 19, the full sphere at the top of the 1, and tell you about my children and their levels of integrity. Okay, so I'm trying to jump through a bunch of hoops to get SSI disability, you know, in this value structured system that makes you have to value a dead fucking slaveholder. You have to value Ben Franklin and his virtues. He owned slaves. You have to value Lincoln. He freed the slaves, but he owns slaves. And you have to value Ben Franklin on the $100 bill. And he, quote unquote, discovered electricity. Who was outside flying the kite? Not Ben Franklin. How many niggas got fried? You value a $100 bill. Ain't nothing going on but the rent. Freedom. Where do you find your freedom? Mind over matter. The media you ingest becomes a part of you. What you think matters. So I had the seizure on the fucking train last week. No. Where's my note? Let's not tell no lies. Let's tell the real story. I got it written down. I'm going to go straight to my note. I was dealing... I had just left a place in Central Square. This was December 15th, 2019. And you see my shot here? You see all the stuff that I have laid out? You know, that's my Target bag. And I left that bitch on the train. I seized. It was fortunate that it was a weekend that the train was only running from Alewife to Kendall. And I woke up at Kendall. If I got on at Central, that means I missed my stop, Porter Square. The train went all the way to Alewife, came back to Kendall, and I woke the fuck up. I'm like, why am I at Kendall? I wasn't cognizant totally. I wasn't all inside myself. And I ride the train to Porter, get off, go upstairs, go home. As I'm walking home, I'm like, oh shit, where the fuck's my Target bag? Where's my bag? All my shit's in there. I called MBTA Transit Police. Yo, anyone turned in a bag? I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, okay, I'm trying to learn to relax. Still stay calm, stay within myself. I'm divine energy. I'm a child of the sun. Three or 4 hours later, hear a knock at the door. Are you Richard? I'm like, yes. I think this bag belongs to you. I didn't take your tablet. I didn't take your money. I did go through your stuff. And I saw your license was in there and it had your address. She said her name was Carla. I blessed her. I'm like, blessings, blessings, blessings to the white woman who drove from down the coast somewhere up to North Cambridge and returned my shit to me. That's a divine individual. Now, can I get more individuals to tap in to their level of integrity and belief in self? Self-esteem and self-confidence, and believe in who you are. So that was one story. So my housemate, where do I have that note here? My housemate's a white woman, and I'm getting ready to watch Gods of Egypt. And she's feminist, pro-woman. Da-da-da-da-da-da, women need to be acknowledged. I'm like, you don't have to tell me that. I understand Mother Nature. I don't have an ego where I need to, not anymore. I don't, what was that mindset of who did this to their son or their children? Who was that, Romulus and Remus? Not Asar and Aset. But in the movie, that's who we're talking about. Amun-Ra, the white male god, melanin recessive, inbred mutant albino with a hard, calcified pineal gland. To survive in the cold, dark, overcast environment of the North Pole, learn to survive as the wolf survives. Eat flesh. Oh, you like all those commercials during the... Yeah, get you a nice raw steak. Medium rare steak. Melanin dominant people, we need to eat fruits and vegetables. That's our digestive system. Become one with the environment you are surrounded in. Becoming one with yourself. So, watching Gods of Egypt, Asar and Aset, or in the movie it was just Set, and Ra. But all that stolen African art at 128. A circle within a circle. Let's deal with the digits. How is the one drawn? Straight up and down. How is the I drawn? Straight up and down. Aramaic language, and we still use these digits? And what does that digit convey? What is that meaning of being one? Are you capable of tapping into yourself as one on all three aspects of who you are? The yin, yang, and are they balanced? Is your yin and yang balanced? You have the staff, the one, coming into the sphere. These are the fallopian tubes. That's birth. That's life. That's my child. I created this beast in the media. And what are we ingesting? So many levels of self-hate, lack of self-esteem, lack of self-confidence. No, I can't talk to black women because I ask a black woman, yo, you see yourself as a goddess? No, I gotta serve Jesus Christ. You are yin energy. Every big head on the planet came out of one of these tubes. You are the sphere at 1:30, the center of the week. 3, the Trinity, man, woman, and child. What is this? Father, Son, and Holy Ghost? And Andrea was complaining about Holy Ghost means woman. I'm not taking anything away from the female. She has to carry the seed, my little squirt, in her womb for 9 months. Birth, life grows within her. She needs to be revered. What is my role and responsibility as a melanin dominant black man who feeds off the frequency of sunlight and understands the moisture in my pineal gland? Moisture is always balanced. You can't tilt water. It's always balanced. And that's in my first eye. How did the ancestors draw or build the edifice of the buildings, the pyramid? Understanding 4 corners makes a square. 4 90-degree right angles makes a square. The base of the foundation of the pyramid, capable of looking in all 4 directions. You raise to the top of the pyramid on the back of your $1 bill, the first eye. That moisture, you let it settle into yourself, and you look externally and internally and see the full 360 degrees sphere of your own divinity. On the denotative level, the connotative level, and the absolute abstract level of who you are is divine energy number 1. Man and woman, extending life. Now, I'm going to do my meditative motion dance for the ceremony of the ancestors that came before me. Betty and Coretta, Malcolm and Martin, Winnie and Nelson, and maybe reinterpret at 3:33, reinterpret for the intellectual mecca of the world, Harvard and MIT. As I walked through Harvard's yard earlier this week, and you could feel the negative vibe or chi or energy. Okay, in front of the Museum of Fine Arts, you have the indigenous man with his hand statue open up to the horizon, to the universe. He was melanin dominant, accessing the ancestral flavor, seeing with your first eye. One with the verse, slow and still, your pelvis and spine to your mind. Center yourself on the surface of the earth, a globe, a sphere. You rooting. Roots don't reach. Branches don't reach. They receive from the sun. Are you opening yourself and receiving from the sun? And here's Andrea's note. She said she knows she's a daughter of a black woman. Even reaching, who was that? Lancelot Link or the big Afro dude? He was trying to please his son. Are my children trying to please me? Superfly, his mother was on heroin, and that was Lancelot Link, the big Afro guy, Clarence Link, I can't remember his name. He was the father, but his youngest son was Superfly. And Superfly would peek around the corner and watch his older brother wrap that around his mother's arm. Pull it tight, boy, so I can see the vein. And she shoots up with the heroin. Where's your freedom? Are we gonna re-educate ourselves and tap into our divinity? Go from this mindset into meditation and movement? 136, getting at the foundation of myself. I don't know if I like that shot. Maybe I might do this shot. I'll have to compromise some of my steps. But acknowledge I'll probably do a few minutes of centering myself and then go into some slow meditation and movement. Picturing all my joints and muscles relaxed, none of my joints locked, from my ankles to my knees to my pelvis to my spine to my mind, opens up the liquid pineal gland reaching to the horizon. Allowing the liquid of my pineal gland, the moisture, to receive. Bring it all down and keep my mind, my body centered, relaxed. My pelvis, I have to envision my skull in my pelvis so that I can keep my spine and mind all in one line, and envision my feet as I'm standing on the core of the earth in the crust of melting lava, but I'm absorbing that energy, relaxed. I let my mind go down to the southern star. That means all the way through the core, the center of the earth, to the southern star, and all of this energy comes up into the balls of my feet, to my heels, down into my bone marrow, into my mind, into who I am. I am that I am. I'm just going to do some breathing at 139. Reach higher levels of relaxation in all three spheres of myself. Exhale. Place my tongue on the roof of my mouth, my palate, connecting all of me as I am. All the nerve endings in my tongue, tapping into the base of the pyramid, the four squares of my mind, allowing me to see north, south, east, and west, externally and internally. Now, meditation and movement. I'm going to use poetry. Me, metaneta, hieroglyphics, meditation and movement. I'm sinking down the side of my heart into the root of the earth. Standing secure on the planet. Focusing inside myself. Straightening my pelvis and spine connection. Leveling my chin. Being self-assured. Relaxed and comforted. Ready? Tai Chi. Raise 1,000 universes. Set 1,000 universes. Around 1,000 universes and settle into myself. Ward off, left, step, extend, ward off, right, step, roll back, pull down. Am I keeping 3 circles in my motion? Push, recede, like waters on the shore. Press, push into 1,000 universes of me. Rotate on my axis. Grasp the bird's tail, strike 1,000 universes. Step to a single whip. Lifting hands up, heel down, pull down, touch inside my right elbow, step to 1,000 universal shoulder strike. To white crane, spreads her wings to the light, sink, drop, Left, brush, knee, twist, step, push. Step up. Play the guitar. Left, brush, knee, twist, step, push. Right, brush, knee, twist, step, push. Left, brush, knee, twist, step, push. Step up to playing the guitar. Left, brush, knee, twist, step, push. Deflect down. Step forward, chop with fist. Parry 1 ounce. Punch 1,000 universes. Fist, wrist, under elbow. Fly, stick against the wall. Push into 1,000 universes. Doors open wide to the right, to the left. Step. Apparent closing. Embrace the tiger to the mountain. Roll back, pull down. Press, push, separate, recede like water on the shores. My motion gonna be circular, push into 1,000 universes of me. Rotate on my axis. Double fish appear. Am I centered? Am I relaxed still? Punch in the face. Step to wrist under elbow. Repulse monkey. 1. Repulse monkey 2. Repulse monkey 3. Form the ball. Step to diagonal horizontal slant flying. Lifting hands up, down. Shoulder strike to 1,000 universes. To white crane spreads her wings to the light. Sink drop. Left brush knee twist step push. Step up to needle at the sea bottom. Only bending at the waist. Don't let your pelvis drop. Heel down. Fan through the back. Cover your ear. Turn around. Chop with fist. Roll back, pull down. Chop. Parry 1 ounce. Punch 1,000 universes. intersect at the left corner. Ward off left. Step forward right. Roll back. Pull down. Press. Push. Separate. Recede. Like water on the shore. Press. Push. Into 1,000 universes of me. Rotate on my axis. Grab the bird's tail, strike 1,000 universes. Step to the single whip. Martin Luther King Day dance. Martin Luther King Jr. Day dance with the mindset of, who are our leaders? Who is who? How about just everybody? How about just Father Nature? Respect one another. Have that much love and integrity. And why are we talking about an election and it's what? April 15th, filing your taxes. Why are we trading dead slaveholders? Can we re-educate ourselves to value something a little more than a cotton fiber on paper? How about everybody born deserves to live their life and figure shit out for themselves? Figure out, hey, I'm divine. It's all in my mind. I can learn to be kind. I didn't mean to make a rhyme. Shut up, Ari. But I'm still looking for the mother of my child. I'm going to be 58. But I need a partner who's going to be young enough to have a child. But she has to do a little more than understand, but understand what I'm saying. And I'm doing this type of programming for young men so that it's like, okay, you got Patrick Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers in the Progressive commercial, but just in case, you gotta pay money for what if. Just in case, wonder if I'm not God. I gotta back my shit up with a dead fucking slaveholder. Am I gonna get kicked off of YouTube? Oh, that nigga's crazy. No, you gotta snatch that show down. We don't want niggas to pay attention to that motherfucker. How many folks are watching it live? Am I being censored? Where is your level of believe in yourself? Whether I'm right or wrong, I could die tonight or tomorrow or whatever, but hopefully someone's getting a message above, beyond Malcolm, Martin, Mandella, It's 2020. I can't continue to blame the environment that my family has created. I have to be the drama king, do a little bit more than Medea. All the black entertainers, Eddie Murphy, Tyler, what is that man? Medea, you know, I can't think of his name. But I'm just trying to put black men out there, and we're just not being entertainers, whether it's sport or in controlled productions. But what about a message of mind over matter, and you believing that you're a divine self, and relax into yourself and don't have so much fear and doubt? Where is all the fear and doubt? Oh, you need insurance, and they got that. And so, what is that game? Is there going to be the Aaron Rodgers versus Patrick Mahomes game coming up? Are we still living in the gods of Egypt? That's all Brother R.A. had to say today. I'm going to go ahead and meditate on out of here. But y'all just reach that higher level of who you are. Relax all your joints, all the way in to your bone marrow. Let go. Give up. Let it go.